Hi everybody, Richard here. I hope you had a lovely Vespers for St. Nicholas and you're having fun putting shoes out right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about the services for tomorrow evening, Thursday evening, and Friday morning. So this has been actually a really fantastic week of saints. Tuesday was St. Barbara, and then very important for the liturgical life of the church, the great St. John of Damascus, the hymnographer and theologian. Today was St. Savas, Chroniopolae, to His Eminence Savas of Pittsburgh. Tomorrow is St. Nicholas. And then Friday is St. Ambrose of Milan, one of the great Western saints. And his services, as represented in our materials, actually raise a couple of interesting things for me to talk about. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so I'm in the iPad Pro app. I go to Services Calendar, go to Thursday evening, and I launch Vespers there. And I scroll down to Lord, I Have Cried. And there we have the stichera for St. Ambrose of Milan. And we have a group of three in first mode to ton uranion tagmaton, and then another group sung to a different model melody, Osie Pater, which is in plagal first mode. Now, there's no issue with the Greek. I can sing the Greek to the model melody with no problem. Ηγεμονίος των θρόνων κατά κοσμον άρετες, εξεπιπνίας θείας των της ιεραρχίας, etc. However, with the English, if I try to do that, adorned with virtue, faithful steward, you wisely... what the heck? Why isn't this working? Okay, so these are texts on the English side that are not metered to the model melody. And up in red, next to mode 1, you see the letters N/M, which means not metered. And so these are, in this case, these are texts that were not produced with meter in mind. These were texts that the OCA is kind enough to give us permission to use, and so they're sung, or they were produced to be sung to the OCA's musical systems, which doesn't rely on meter in the same way as Byzantine prosomia. So they're not scored. They can't really be sung to the model melody. Somebody with a rudimentary understanding of first mode should be able to make something work. No, improvising is not an ideal situation for Byzantine music, but in terms of English, that's just kind of where we're at this point. So you could do something like... adorned with virtue, faithful steward, you wisely governed both the city and the church. The faithful of Milan, inspired by the Holy Spirit, chose you their earthly judge to be the shepherd. Therefore you are glorified with a twofold crown. Something like that. That's off the cuff, but in a pinch, that works. We're working on improving the text situation overall, but in a case like this, where the English text that we have to give you is not metered, that's the best option we have at this point. Another option would be to simply read it or intone it. Again, not ideal. But we're working on it. The other thing that I want to point out is that the day after we sing Kanona Pisteos for St. Nicholas, we sing it again as the Apolytikion for St. Ambrose. So we don't have a score for the Apolytikion in the service for St. Ambrose. You can just reuse the same score you used for St. Nicholas and just change the name. Now, you have to be a little bit smart about how you do that, because while Ambrosios and Nikolaos scan the same in Greek, Nikolaos, Ambrosios, or in the vocative case, Ambrosie, Nicolae, that doesn't work in English with quite the same way with Ambrose and Nicholas. So for the phrase in the Apolytikion where you say the name, whereas in the Apolytikion for St. Nicholas you sing, O Father and Hierarch St. Nicholas. For St. Ambrose, what I would do anyway would be to take out the passing tone between what is notated as the B and then the G, where the name is written, so that it comes out like this. O Father and Hierarch St. Ambrose. I think that's the simplest solution to altering it for purposes of the different syllabification of the name. But one thing that you can consider here is that this is a good one to memorize, so that when you do have a saint where this is the Apolytikion, you know it well enough that you can change it for the syllabification of whatever the name is for that saint, without messing yourself up too much. So yeah, this is a good one to just commit to memory. And then we get, a rule of faith are you, and an icon of gentleness, and a teacher of self-control, and to your flock this was evident. By the truth of your life and deeds you were humble, and therefore you acquired exalted gifts, treasure in heaven for being poor. O Father and Hierarch St. Ambrose, intercede with Christ our God, and entreat him to save our souls. All right, well, I hope that was interesting. And then to cap off this week of great saints, Sunday is the conception of St. Anna, and that's the name day for my son's nonna, among other things, so an important day for my family anyway. So we'll talk about at least the Apolytikion for the conception of St. Anna probably in tomorrow's video. So have a wonderful Orthros and Divine Liturgy for St. Nicholas in the morning, and I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Bye.